To quick 3D tutorials. Today's video is part 4 of the paint effect, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create your own tree with a paint effect. We're going all the features that are available inside Paint Effect Attribute Editor. So to get started, we're going to the Generate, Get Brush, Paint Effects, and Trees, and we're starting by this. We need to actually start by a preset, so it's going to be easier. Before I go to this, how we can create the different things, I will just say it is possible actually go ahead and convert this to the geometry, but the problem is if later on you want to add flower or something else, it is not possible. But if you have already added the leaves, like in this case, it is possible to edit and modify in same time. So that is something important to know, and the animation, it will be also a bit slower. So in this reason, we just get started by the paint effect. So before anything, we're going to Struct Shape, go to the Mesh Output and Output Quads. That we need to use it later when we convert it to the geometry. So before anything, I just very quickly go ahead and, or maybe I show you later. Okay, the first option we have here, the brush size has been painting. We can go ahead and edit it, and we have the twist. The first one, twist all the tree from the base, as you can see, and the second one is twisting everything, the leaves, twigs and branch, everything. If we take close look, don't know if you can see it, the tree is twisting, the leaves are, and every part of the tree. And we have the random. We put all this to the 0 for now. Okay, before we're going to get started by the creating or designing our tree, there are one section is very important. They are inside the tubes, behavior, and displacement forces, and turbulence, and bend, and all these different things that are here. Especially the displacement and can give us a nice result, but the problem is it is also changed the animation. So when we want to design our tree without thinking about the animation, so we need to actually go ahead and put all of them to the 0, because sometimes this is going to affect the animation of the tree in the not right way. So for now, we just put everything to 0 and going to the forest 0, 0. And if they are -1 you're getting, you need just manual type this in, and that is 0 and that is 0. I think for now this was not bad. Okay. We have now animation grass vine, so it is no problem, we can just keep it, but if you want to off this you can, and here we have different animation we can choose from. So 0, bend 0, so here we go. That is the first things we're going to do. So now we are actually ready to go ahead and design our tree. To make it faster and easier to see, we're going to the tubes, going to the growth, and we turn the leaves off, twigs off, and we just put the branch. So now still when we looking, the tree is not straight. Why it's happened? And that is because we're now coming to it. We're starting by the tubes rotation, and from here we have on the bottom we have the minimum of this, how it's falling the tree, and the same thing with this, and that is the direction of it. I don't know if you can see, that is the direction we can change it to. So for now 0 and 0, and put this one to 1. So now we're getting our tree very straight. So now we are ready to design it. Inside the creation and inside the mesh, these two and the segment minimum, maximum, width, and these things is going to change the resolution of the tree. And so if we just do this now, you can see nothing happening, and that is because the creation affecting also this area. So we just starting by the first one, tubes. How many number of the tubes we need to have, 1 or 3, and we have the how many rand of this. Now we don't have. If I just put some of them, you can see it's trying to make it random. There we go. And we have the start tubes. So in the base, how many it need to be start. And we have the segment. The segment actually, if I just put the wireframe on, the segment actually go ahead and, if you can see, as lower it is, all the tree getting low and all the tree getting high resolution. So that is the first part of it. And we have the second. I think for this maybe something like this is good. So we have the length minimum and maximum. This value is better you don't slide it, because especially the max one, as low you going, as more it getting to give you. So we starting by the first one. We can just say how it grow, something like this, and we have the max length, and as low we go, as more resolution it will give us. So maybe something like this we're going to choose. So now we have the tubes. The tubes is, the first one is the base, and second one is the top. And from here we can now go ahead and add, you can see now resolution working, 3, 6 or 5 or whatever number they are. So these two working together to get the resolution. Okay, so we have the width random, we can just random it. I just put it to the 0 in this case. We have also the width base, and we have the segment length, where the segment should be, and we have also the base of this, and so on. So now we have talking about this, also this, what is this? So that is the mostly important one. With this we can just, I don't know if you can see it, now I can actually go ahead and shape the tip of my tree and the bottom. So with this one we can just add the shape we want and grading. So something like this. But if you want to your tree be thicker in this, you can just go ahead and put a value about more, and you can just now adjust it better. And you can, by clicking you add, by click on the X it removes. So, and we can also add sometime there and there. So here we're getting the base of the tree. Okay, so that was for the creation. We just close this. We're going to the growth. Here we can just start to show the different things they are, and from there we can just adjust it. So we just starting by branches. That is how many of them do you want? We only want have maybe, yeah, 0 is good. And how many number of them branch is branching? So how many time a branch can branch? Maybe 3. Okay, for now I just putting it 3 because it's going to be faster. So we have 3. So now we have the max depth, so where it need to be, how many of them, and we have also drop down. If it is 0, it show all. If it is 1, it's trying to hide some of them. We have the split rand, it doing it splitting random, and we have the angle, as you can see, which angle we want our tree to be, and a twist option. For now I'm just putting it to 0, and we have the size of it, and a split base where it need to be split, maybe something like this. And yeah, so we have some option here, it's called middle branch. That means if I turn this off, you can see we have not a middle branch anymore. Every branch have a central branch. So for now we just use this because it's a bit faster again. And that is the number of them. So we just make very quick thing there. Yeah, maybe something like this. So now we have creating this, we're going to make the twigs. And we just look at it, we have the number of the cluster, and we have the cluster, how many of them, and we have the drop down, the same thing like the other. We have the length of them. It's getting very crazy there. I just show you how you can remove this. And we have the twig base, so it's going to be very thick, and the tip of course, and where it need to be start, and we have the angle, and we have angle 2 for most the top view. So the first one is more for the bottom, and as you can see, and the other is more for the top, all these. So we have a stiffness that we using for animation. It's going to also affect the design of our tree, and we have also this option which is trying to make a tree is growing upward. Okay, so one of the important part of this is actually here. What it does actually, we can just control how many, where we need to have the twigs. So in the bottom, I don't like it. So in this case, we can just think no in the bottom and yes on the top. And even you can see they are sticking. So we're just going to do this like so. But that is also important. You just double check the leaves, because sometime, I don't know if you can see, there are some of the leaves here. If I just showing you, yeah, here they are the leaves, be hidden. So we need just put it 0, always there. So we are sure we have not them to twigsing with the leaves. Okay, it is very unique tree, but that is just example. So that is one of important part of this one was. So now we're looking to the leaves. For the leaves here, we have the cluster, how many number of them. I want it to be number 1. It's going to be less, and that is the number. And we have, of course, drop down. In the next, we have the length. If we just take close look on one leaves, here is the length of the leaves, and here is the base, which is the base of the leaves width, and the top. So we can make it like card or whatever. So when we are like this shape, or not the shape, the size of the leaves, so we can just go ahead and design our leaves. So in the bottom 0, and maybe more there, maybe something like this. You can see which vertex is going to affect. So maybe something like this. So you get the idea how you can use it. So we have here where the leaves should start. So as low or as high. So it's going only to be start in the twixt. So that was a way to do this. And we have the angle 1 and angle 2. And we have the leaves twisting, different direction. And we have this type of it, which is more natural leaves. And you can also balance these. Which direction do you want to be? Maybe for now we're just choosing this. Now we have this for the curly, the same thing as higher is going to curly this, and you can just play around with it. Maybe something like this. And we have the leaf facing on the sun. So it's trying to follow the sun. On the top, if we're looking to it, it's trying to look upward. I don't know if you can see it. So now they direct you more up. So something like this we give. The important part of this is segment the resolution of how many loops it has been adding. So maybe 3, maybe 4 is good, but I just make it 3 to make it faster later for the animation. And you can anytime go ahead to look to this, maybe I need to have more thickness and so on. And flatness, what is mean? Flatness actually mean if it is there, it is completely flat, and if it is there, you're getting like more roundish. In any time you can also put a number you like. So we have the size of these, different size it's going to give, random size and so on. Stiffness for the animation is going to be used. And yeah, so all the other is for the coloring. We don't use it because we want to use our shader later. So that was just the basic idea what we have creating there. So now we have taken a look to the leaves. I just turned this off to show you the flower. So actually the flower is completely the same things. Is same like number of them, drop down of them. Is basically the same, the length of them, so maybe it not need to be very big. Maybe 1 is good. Maybe size should be need to be smaller. Flowers number. Drop down. So here is the number of the flower, 3 or maybe I think 6 looks not bad, 6 or 8 maybe. So here how many number of the flower you want to have, and basically all the other is the same like the leaves. So we now going to hide this and going to the bots. Is very simple. They have two, the size of them and the color, which we don't need to use. So when now we have just making the basic shape of our tree. So now we want to under behavior we can actually go ahead and make different style, but before we doing it we need also test the animation of the tree, how is going to be look. So as you can see now I just playing it. Now we have getting very nice shape of it, but before we just do this, I think is going to be next part of the video. So we're going to talking about all the things that are inside the Paint Effect animation and what is we don't need to do. Thanks for watching.